Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alright, so I've owned my car for over a year now, and I have had a great experience with it. Driving it around, listening to the engine, hearing the turbo spool, it's been amazing. But there is one feature my car is missing, and it's a feature that I have wanted to have in my car ever since day one. And that is the capability to listen to music from my phone through my car's speakers, through the radio. Thing is though, in my 1985 Mercedes-Benz W123 300D turbo diesel sedan, there is the stock radio from 1985. There is no 3.5 jack, no Bluetooth capability, and while it does have a tape deck, the tape deck does not work even though the radio itself does work. So I've had no way to listen to music through my car's speakers for over the last year now. This is not usually a problem because, honestly, I just like driving around without any music, and anytime I do want music, I just turn on the classical station, or I play some songs through my phone speakers or through a Bluetooth speaker that I bring with me. But I've gotten to the point now where I'm wanting to listen to some music through my car's speakers themselves. And so as such, I decided enough is enough. I need to go ahead and buy something that's gonna make everything work the way I want. I was thinking, I was like, I could buy myself a new radio and wire it up and make everything work that way. And then I looked at the prices for radios and I said, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on that for the moment. So instead, I spent $15 and bought an FM transmitter off of Amazon. This is the Skoji BTT RFM-SP1 battery-powered FM transmitter. And I specifically wanted a battery-powered FM transmitter due to the fact that my cigarette lighters currently get no power at all. I'm not sure why they don't, but they don't. So I needed to make sure I got myself a battery-powered FM transmitter. Thankfully, that is something that exists, and so as such, well, I picked it up, and that's exactly what I'm holding in my hand right now. I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and quickly cover some of the capabilities of this device, along with the packaging just real quick, though. As said, I purchased this Skoji BTT RFM-SP1 off of Amazon for $15. It is a battery-powered FM transmitter that works with Bluetooth, and it apparently has a battery life of 7 hours, which is pretty solid in my personal opinion. You can also make it work with a 3.5 jack, supposedly, and we can see all of the different modes it has on the back of the packaging. You can make it work Bluetooth to FM and then to your car's stereo. You can make it work Bluetooth to the 3.5 jack on the device, and you can do apparently an audio device to a cable to this device and then to your headphones as well. So it's got a good amount of capability to it. So for 15 bucks, I'm already feeling like I got a pretty good deal, I'm not gonna lie. Taking a look at the front of the packaging, we can see what the device actually looks like just right here. At the very top, it just says BT Frequency Mini Wireless Audio Transmitter / Receiver. Just says Bluetooth right there. Operates on FM frequencies 88.1 through 107.9. Apparently, Skoji is the #1 FM transmitter brand. Are they calling themselves that, or are they actually? I don't know, but that's what it says on the packaging. And then under that, we can see a bunch of like little designs and whatnot. Just says connect and play wired / wireless audio sources. Got a QR code for more information, and just says Skoji right there with a yellow ribbon on the bottom. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get my knife out of my pocket. I've got a Kershaw leak with me today, and let's go ahead and just cut the tape real quick on all the sides. I'm not going to be cutting towards myself, cutting away from myself, of course. Safety first, you know what I'm saying? Safety first. Let's go and see if I can just pull that out. Perfect. And now let's go ahead and just get it out just like that. There's nothing else in the box. That was everything. Looks like in the box we get, of course, the device itself, which is pretty small, definitely a bit smaller than the box would make you think, but I think it's better that it's smaller than not bigger than not, because well, I don't really want a really big device hanging in my car kind of thing. I would prefer it to be a little bit smaller. We got the cables right there, the device right there as said, and we got a little manual as well. But without further ado, let's go and actually get the device itself out, and it is extremely light. I was expecting a little bit of weight, but no, it is very light. Probably, I would say 2-3 grams, maybe. Doesn't say exactly how much it weighs on the bottom of it or anything like that, but not much, let me just put it that way. It is very light, and due to it being very light, it just doesn't really feel like the highest quality thing in the world. Also, when you shake it, you can kind of hear the internals rattling around just a little bit, but it's a $15 little thing. Like, it can rattle, it can be pretty light. It doesn't have to feel like it's the most quality thing in the world, because it's not. It's a $15 little Bluetooth transmitter that, frankly put, is probably meant to be disposable. We can see there's a little plastic thing right here. Let's go ahead and peel that off. Ooh, that's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie on it. It's got a little screen right there. It looks like the screen is pretty standard. It's not an actual LED screen. It's just got light ups with just things already on there even when it's off. Go and put this plastic in the box, and I'm gonna go and try to figure out how to turn this on. I should probably go ahead and start looking at the manual real quick, but overall, definitely not like the highest quality little thing ever. Like, rattles a little bit, pretty light overall, but just looking at it, it certainly doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart. It's very small, very easy to hold, and the buttons make sense. There's just this button right here. It's got go the other way, and then pause right in the middle. Very easy to kind of figure out where everything is without even looking at it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the manual real quick and just figure out exactly how it works. So it says Section A, overview, charging and power on and off, Bluetooth receiver mode, Bluetooth transmitter mode, FM radio mode, and audio playback functions. Okay, so what I want is Section B and Section E. Okay, power on or off, hold, press and hold the mode button to turn the unit on or off. All right, let's go ahead and see if this has any battery already in it. If it doesn't, I'm gonna charge it up a little bit. It does have some battery in it. It just lights up white just like that. Okay, so it's press and hold, and then you change the frequency with that. Okay, so I think I'm on 87.9. But I went ahead and set it to 89.7, as I think we can see. I don't know if the screen is actually picking it up though, but we're gonna go and go with that, and we're gonna transfer over to receiver mode, and I'm gonna go and try to connect my phone. Okay, it says it automatically. Let's just see, it might already be on. Let me go ahead and just try to connect to it with my phone if I can. It might just already be up as something I can connect to. Okay, it is. It was already up. I was just trying to figure out how to get it to connect, and it is now connected to my phone. Very cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna want to put it on FM, and I think now I need to go ahead and just test it in my car. I'm pretty sure that's the next thing I need to do. So without further ado, let's go and see if I can get everything working. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, everything's going pretty good so far. No major holdups. Let's see if I can figure out how to get this to work properly. I hope I can. Sometimes, you know, Bluetooth devices can be a bit finicky, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I've used devices like this in the past before, so I think we are all good. I think we are all good. Perfect. Perfect. Alrighty then. I'll leave my door open just for the moment, and let's go ahead and just turn on my car's battery and turn on the radio. So I'm on 89.7, that was correct. I don't want to get this video copyrighted currently, so 89.7 is what I need. I just turned it off by accident. Okay, and so it's now connected to that. Is it connected to my phone currently? It is currently connected to my phone. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go and turn on my car just so I don't burn up my entire battery. Perfect. let's go ahead, roll down my windows, and get YouTube Music open. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn on my radio. And I'm going to turn down the audio, just in case it comes through a bit loud. It's not coming through my phone. It's not coming through my phone. All right, let me go and turn up my radio. That is not what I'm playing through. That is not what I am playing through this little device. It is currently playing classical music. And that is not what I'm playing through my phone currently. I'm currently trying to play On and On by Cartoon Jasia and Daniel Levy. Just playing some non-copyright music currently. Trying to, at least. 89.7 is what I'm on. Well, it did say I needed to connect to one that doesn't have a frequency or any music playing. So let's just try to do that. Oh, static. Perfect. Oh, that's perfect. All right, that's 87.9. Wait. Was I on the wrong thing? Oh, wait, no. I think I was on the wrong band the whole time. That would be the issue. It was a human issue, not an issue with this. 87.9. Oh, wait, it doesn't do 87. Okay, so I need to go... That's not what I want. I don't really know how to use my radio very well. I don't use it very often, you guys can tell. This is a skill issue, though. Alright, let's just try... I'll just do 98.1. We'll just try that, 98.1. And we can just flip through very fast. 98.1. Alright, there we are. And... I'm just getting static currently. That is not my music. That's not it. Okay. Y'all know what I'm gonna do? Because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Y'all know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch a YouTube tutorial. Right now, mid-video. I'm going to watch a YouTube tutorial on how to use this thing. So, let me just go ahead and get it up real quick. I need to turn on my data for this. Let me turn off the device as well. I don't want to burn up all the battery. Skoji has a video on it.
Hi, this is Molly from Skoj, and I'd like to show you today's product.
Or it's Skoj.
BT Freak Mini, our latest wireless Bluetooth audio FM transmitter receiver. If you want to play music through your car's aux port, make sure it's plugged into the aux settings and plugged into your BT Freak Mini. Then hold down the mode button so it displays an RX and Bluetooth pairing. Then go to the Bluetooth settings in your phone and select it. Pair. Then go to your music, press play, and turn it up. To play audio through an FM channel, make sure your BT Freak Mini is paired to an unused FM station and it's paired to the Bluetooth in your phone. Press play and turn up the station. And then go to your music, press play.
I feel like I did everything right. I don't know, I'm just confused. Maybe it's because I'm not using an unused FM station. But, like, I've used other FM transmitters and, like, they don't care what station you're using. Like, I usually just leave it on the classical station because that's what I listen to most of the time if I'm not using my phone.
Turn it up. If you want to play music through your car's aux port, make sure it's plugged into the aux setting. Then go to your music, press play, and turn it up. To play audio through an FM channel, make sure your BT Freak Mini is paired to an unused FM station and it's paired to the Bluetooth in your phone. Press play and turn up the station. As a transmitter from
Just trying to think what I'm doing wrong. These things can be finicky. Okay, before I turn my car back on and start messing with this again, I'm gonna go and try to figure out how do I even change the radio station on my radio. Mess with it.
Watch some of the game on TV afterwards, and they were talking about how much the East stacking the bomb
was painted like 1980s beige. We wanted something that was more of a mid-century and modern look. We were
1980s beige is gas. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not trying to get this video copyrighted.
here. Daniel.
Okay, I figured it out. I just have to use, like... Okay, I figured it out. That sounds unused to me, so that's 106.5. Alright, we're there. We're on 106.5. Alright, we've confirmed 106.5. And we're going to go and try... Oh, that was the issue. It was because I wasn't using an unused one. Let's get my car on, so I don't burn up the battery. The quality is okay. I think I can turn up my antenna. Yeah, it gets better when I turn it up, just because there's more, like, signal, I guess. I actually want to leave that down. Maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out a place to put this. I'm literally gonna be putting it in my ash. No! What happened? No! I was on 106.5, I think. There we go. I'm gonna be putting it in my ashtray, because it is very sensitive. Just trying to get my ashtray. No! I did it again! There we go. Okay, so literally I have to leave this in one specific place. Otherwise it just doesn't want to work. But, alright, that's good enough for me. It's working! It's working! It's kind of finicky. I'm gonna have to mess with it a little bit more. Because it definitely is very finicky. More finicky than any FM transmitter I've ever used. But, it's working. There we go! There we go! Alright, I'm just gonna scroll through. I downloaded, like, the top hits from No Copyright Sounds on YouTube. Goated channel, by the way. I'm gonna try to see if there's any music that I want to change to. Let's go with that. We're just gonna listen to it for a second, and then I think we're gonna get moving after I put this piece of paper away so it don't fly out the window. I don't normally listen to no copyright music, but y'all know I can't be playing copyrighted music on video. Can't be doing it. So I've never really tried to turn up my audio bunch. Never had the need. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed by the audio quality. There's no bass at all, it's all treble. But it's really not bad. I mean, like, it's like, I think the back speakers are not original, but I think the front ones are. I mean, like, honestly, I'm pretty impressed with the audio quality, frankly put. Let's go for a drive. Let's go for a drive. And just real quick, before I start driving, like, this really literally does need to be right next to the radio. Like, genuinely, if I move it, like, right there, it just doesn't want to work. Hell yeah. Alright, bet. It is about time I get moving. Just trying to think where I want to put this. I want to put it somewhere that's not in my ashtray, because I want to use my ashtray. It doesn't work if I just put it in the middle. This is a finicky FM transmitter, without a doubt. It is the most finicky FM transmitter I've ever used. This puts out a really weak signal. Like, I've used an FM transmitter that, like, literally, if people come up next to you, you change their station, kind of thing. Like, or you don't change their station, but like, they start hearing the music that you're playing if they're tuned into the right station. That's not the case with this one, I think. I'm just gonna leave it in my ashtray for the moment. And I'm gonna let the golf cart behind me move out of the way, and we're gonna go for a drive. Bet. Let's go. I've never heard any of this music before. Shout out. Let's go for a drive. Let's see how it works while I'm driving. Now that I'm moving, which is good. Still working. I definitely do think, I will acknowledge, with just how finicky this FM transmitter is, I do still want a radio with Bluetooth capabilities. It's not replacing that want by any means, but it is holding it off for a little while. do need to stuff this out. Definitely does not work as well when it's not right next to my radio. So I'm gonna have to keep my ashtray not full when I'm using this, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Because the only holder I have for this thing is my ashtray. There at the same time as I'm driving. I feel like I'm trying to hold a cup of water while driving right now, like a cup of water with no lid, and it's very full. That's what I feel like I'm trying to do right now. Alrighty then. That was the drive, and that overall was a pretty solid drive in my personal opinion. I just went ahead and turned off the Bluetooth transmitter. So what do I think about the $15 Bluetooth transmitter that I bought on Amazon? Frankly put, it's a $15 Bluetooth transmitter that was bought on Amazon. That's what it is. It is particularly sensitive, I'll acknowledge. It's definitely sensitive enough where, at least for my radio, and it could just be the fact that my radio is old, but at least for my radio, I need to have it, like, no joke, right next to my radio for it to work. Like, I can't hold it up, I can't hold it down, I can't put it in the middle of, like, my center console. It has to be right next to the radio. And so, for me, as somebody who owns a car from the 1980s, the only place to put the FM transmitter right next to my radio is in my ashtray. So the negatives of this FM radio, I'm going to have to say one, build quality. It's just not the highest quality thing in the world. But it was also $15. It doesn't really matter that much. It was $15. I didn't expect super high quality build by any means. Two, it's super sensitive. Like, way too sensitive. I'm going to have to see if I can, like, turn up just, like, how not sensitive it is. I don't know if that's a thing you can do. I'm going to have to look into that. If I can do that, I will. If I can't, then it's just going to be sitting in my ashtray. But overall, would I buy what I got again? Probably not, honestly. I'll acknowledge probably not, just because it is that sensitive. Now, it might just be my radio being sensitive and not actually the device itself, but it's probably a combination of both, in all honesty. I do need, like, an actual just newer radio than this one right here. I do need one just to have a radio that is newer and works better with Bluetooth and stuff like that. I just don't feel like buying a radio right now. They're kind of pricey, and I didn't feel like trying to figure out how to wire it up and everything like that. So I was like, I'm just going to go for an FM transmitter instead. It's very sensitive though, and that's really the main thing. I literally have to have it right next to the radio. Basically what I'm trying to say is that it's not a perfect FM transmitter. It might be partially due to my radio itself, but the Skoji FM transmitter I bought, not perfect by any means. It could be a little bit less sensitive and need to be a little bit less close to my radio. But it works. It works. And for that, I can't diss it. It does work. It is sensitive, but it does work. But as said, would I personally buy it again? Probably not. I would have probably spent a little bit more time doing research, figuring out maybe some other option or something like that kind of thing. And I might do some research and figure out some other option. But what I can say is that I am glad that I ended up buying an FM transmitter. I am glad that I have that, so I can now listen to music from my phone through my car speakers. I can now do that, and I'm very glad I got an FM transmitter for that reason, I'll acknowledge. So I think the best way to kind of summarize my thoughts are that I'm really glad I bought an FM transmitter for my car, but I should have done a little bit more research about the FM transmitter I was buying before I bought it, and I think there could be better options out there on the market. But for $15, it does what I need it to do, and for $15, honestly, I really can't complain, now can I? I feel like there's something else I want to say, but I'm not able to think about what it is right now. Let me hop out of the car. Maybe that'll help me kind of think just a little bit more. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Anything else I wanted to mention? I had a good drive. Can't complain about that. I had a good time during today's video. I can't complain about that. And I think that's all there was to it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys bought or have any experience with the FM transmitter that I made a video about today. And let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any recommendations for other FM transmitters that might work better than the one that I have. And of course, also make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. And make sure to check out everything in the description down below as well. Appreciate y'all watching. To the next one. Stay safe and peace, and have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?